since then, we've definitely seen a spike in applications, which has been great.
More businesses in Washington and Idaho are now offering bonuses to new hires. That comes after Idaho Governor Brad Little announced that the state would be ending its participation in the federal pandemic unemployment programs.
Also today, some students in the Coeur d'Alene School District were required to wear masks in the classroom. We're explaining how an outbreak is now bringing those masks back into the lesson plans.
We enjoyed another beautiful day here in the inland Northwest, and even warmer weather is on the way, and so is your forecast. Next.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News at 5. I'm Mark Hanrahan.
Welcome everyone. I'm Whitney Ward. We begin with breaking news tonight. Idaho is moving into stage 4 of the state's COVID rebound plan. So under stage 4 in the Stay Healthy guidelines, Idaho remains open with recommendations to protect lives, healthcare access, and the economy. So vaccines are encouraged to help keep Idaho open. Everyone 16 and older now can get a COVID vaccine.
So new in phase 4, there are no more recommended gathering size limitations. Face coverings are recommended when physical distancing is difficult, and everyone, including businesses, should follow physical distancing and sanitation recommendations.
In a press release earlier today, Governor Brad Little said Idaho continues to thrive during this pandemic. He also said thanks to the actions of Idahoans in protecting their neighbors and getting the COVID-19 vaccine, Idaho's schools and businesses have stayed open longer than almost every other state, and we have prevented a crisis in our healthcare system. He said the move to stage 4 signals to Idahoans that we have been open and we will stay open, and we must keep up the good work.
In the meantime, some students in the Coeur d'Alene School District were required to start wearing masks again in class starting today. This 3 weeks after the school board voted to end the district's mask requirement and instead make masks strongly recommended.
So now there have been outbreaks in some schools, leading the district now to require certain groups of students to mask up once again. KREM 2's Casey Decker explains why that decision, though, is a little confusing to a lot of parents.
Canfield Middle School here is the site of the worst outbreak. Every student here now being required again to wear masks. Meanwhile, smaller outbreaks taking place at Woodland Middle School and Lake City High School, where only select grade levels are being told to mask up. That decision has prompted some confusion and mixed feelings from parents. Masks have been a controversial subject amongst parents all year long. Two I spoke with said they understood the benefits, but also felt some relief when the board rescinded the mandate.
Inside the school, we may be doing some good with them, but I also feel like outside at recess, that should be their time to breathe fresh air and, get their energy out.
In the beginning, it seemed accurate to have the kids wear masks because nobody really understood the virus and how it affected people. I think, but as time went on, watching my daughter have her face covered all the time, not being able to breathe and play out on the playground, it was hard to watch.
And Rhiannon Hart has a lot of experience with this. She has kids at Lake City and Woodland and another in elementary school where she also works as a classroom assistant.
I see the effect it has on the kids, both negative and positive.
Her daughter at Woodland is actually one of the students who tested positive for coronavirus, but Hart says luckily she had almost no symptoms. Still, her whole family had to quarantine and are just now starting to go back to school. And she says they're all basically just confused by the decision to require masks at only some grade levels, noting her daughter at Lake City has classes with upperclassmen.
How is that going to work? Like, she'll be masked, but the junior right across from her won't be. And I don't understand that.
The district says it's a difficult balancing act.
I don't think there's any way that you can completely prevent the possibility of in-school spread. We're just trying to minimize the risk.
But Hart says she'd really just prefer a more all or nothing approach.
We just don't get it, like how I would be all for it or all not for it, basically. Like either they all need to mask up or let them be for the last couple of weeks of school.
The district also told us that roughly 540 kids have gotten sick this school year, though they believe most of those didn't get sick at school. Hart told us she isn't sure where her daughter contracted the virus. The district says they haven't heard any reports of any of those students getting hospitalized. Reporting in Coeur d'Alene tonight, Casey Decker, KREM 2 News.
Spokane Public Schools will provide free Pfizer COVID-19 vaccines to all students ages 16 to 18 in the region. The vaccines, of course, are voluntary and are not a district requirement. The vaccines clinic will start next week, and they'll be held at North Central, Lewis and Clark, Ferris, Shado Park, and Rogers High Schools. North Central High School's clinic is only for North Central students. So the dates for each vaccine clinic are on your screen right there. Parents, you can sign up using the SPS website. Students ages 12 to 15 will be able to receive vaccinations after the DOH and Spokane Regional Health District approve the Pfizer vaccine for that age group. Parents do not need to be present during the vaccination, so if you'd like more information, just text us the word vaccine to 509-448-2000.
The Spokane Hospitality Coalition and the Regional Health District are teaming up now to get more people vaccinated at Avista Stadium. And the best part is you can get a free hot dog if you get your shot.
There we go. Our Regina Hahn is live at Avista Stadium tonight with more details on that. Regina? Having a hard time getting to Regina right there. So we'll move on to our next story.
Okay, in the meantime, temperatures heating up across the inland Northwest. Tom Sherry is actually on his way outside right now. We were talking about how beautiful it was today.
Right.
Plenty of clouds, but it didn't affect us. It was still a really, really pleasant day out there.
Right, and we're in the situation where we're kind of in a drought too, so we need the rain, but it's going to be kind of warmer temperatures from here on out. Although I do think we're going to see potentially a little bit of rain tonight, Tom Sherry was saying. Let's turn to him now for the answer on that, Tom.
Did you see me?
Quick on your feet. Nice job.
I thought I had a few more minutes. Hold on. I thought I had a few more minutes before we were going to be out here. I tell you what, though, all kidding aside, what an absolutely gorgeous evening that we've got going on right out here. I mean, it is just beautiful. We had mostly cloudy skies when I came to work today, and now they're partly cloudy. We'll look for warmer weather this week. As you can see, temperatures in the 70s through the weekend. By the time we get to Sunday, could get close to 80 degrees, and then we'll look for partly cloudy skies again over the weekend hours. When you take a look at the satellite and radar picture, as you can see, we've got, again, some showers in northern Idaho as well as into areas of western Montana. I'm still kind of gassed here. And a few more just isolated showers in northern Idaho. Other than that, it is a beautiful night. 69 degrees the current temperature. You can see the wind is out of the west-southwest at 13 miles per hour, although I'm not feeling much of a breeze at all right here on the South Hill. We'll look for an overnight low of 45 tonight, 73 the expected high tomorrow. For the weekend, look at this, 79 on Saturday, 80 degrees expected on Sunday under partly cloudy conditions. So we'll have a look at your complete 7-day forecast coming up in a few minutes.
Sounds good, Tom. Thank you very much. Now to a developing story we first brought you as breaking news last night. Detectives still working to find the suspects involved in a shootout that sent 2 people to the hospital. Police tell us there is no active threat to the public right now, but 1 or more suspects still on the run at this time. That shooting happened at around 8 o'clock last night on East Wedgwood near the Northside Lowe's off Division, which is next to the Serrano Apartments. That's where officers found more than a dozen shell casings. 1 person was taken to the hospital and a second victim later showed up at the hospital with gunshot wounds. Spokane police believe the second person was involved in the shooting.
Preliminarily, it doesn't seem that it's completely random, but again, motivation is something that will be continued to be investigated. So, yeah, we've got outstanding people, and this is a very violent scene. So, I can't say that there's no continued threat.
So the investigation into this shooting is ongoing at this time. We will continue to track this story all day long. You can also check krem.com for additional updates in this story.
Well, robocalls are annoying. There's no question about that. But for some, they are truly dangerous. As a part of our series Into the World of Robocalls, we meet one woman who's making it her mission to put an end to those calls because she knows all too well the cost can sometimes be a lot more than money.
Cuts me to my core that I didn't stop everything that day and go to her.
My grandmother died with $69 in her bank account.
Coming up tonight at 6 o'clock, we'll hear how those robocallers responsible for her grandmother's death were ultimately caught and brought to justice. Join us for a KREM 2 special report tonight on KREM 2 News at 6. All right, back to the story that we tried to bring you a little bit earlier. The Spokane Hospitality Coalition and the Regional Health District teaming up. They want to get more people vaccinated, so they have kind of a fun event going on today at the Avista Stadium.
Right, our Regina on there. Our Regina on is live there tonight. Regina, I understand people can get a free hot dog with their vaccine shot.
Anything for a hot dog, right, guys? I mean, you can get mustard relish, the list goes on, and really that is kind of the draw that's getting people in the doors, and whatever works, right? This is a real group effort here from the Spokane Hospitality Coalition, the Washington Department of Health, and also the Spokane Regional Health District. They're all partnering together to get you vaccinated with the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, and I was told that they originally had 130 vaccines, and those were all gone by the first hour, and now they're reaching that 200 number, which is amazing. And organizers here tell me that it's really an effort to get people vaccinated during these next 2 weeks. Of course, we're in that halted phase right now, and they want to make change happen, obviously open up Spokane a bit more. And today I spoke with Frank Rose. He stopped by here today, and he says there's a big reason to get the Johnson & Johnson vaccine.
Because it's only one dose, and I don't have to come back and get another shot.
I think people were alarmed at first when the data came out, and then realized it really is 1 in a million. And the Johnson & Johnson is the one dose, and I keep hearing from people that are here today, they've been waiting for just the one dose.
Yeah, and that was Marcia Villa over at the Washington Department of Health, and she was the one that was a bit pleasantly surprised at the outcome of people here today. It's kind of died down here behind me, but in case you missed today, there will have another vaccine clinic next Tuesday between 5 to 7 o'clock right outside the Avista Stadium. So before you go watch the game, you can come down here and get your Johnson & Johnson vaccine. Also, for those of you who are a bit worried about, the outcome of the vaccine, they're recommending, organizers here and health officials are saying, check with your physician, check with your provider to make sure that everything is okay. Of course, you have the Pfizer and Moderna available as well all across the Inland Northwest. So the choice is yours. But for now, I'll throw it back to you guys live here in Spokane. Regina on KREM 2 News.